Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you. Good morning.
Welcome back, everyone. Look at that.
Yeah.
Rain.
Not the best day.
We've had a year of drought. And now we're still forecast another 7 days of heavy rain.
Yeah.
They forecast over an inch later on today with yellow warnings for heavy rain.
Bucketed it down yesterday afternoon, didn't it? Correct.
More tomorrow, maybe 30-40 millimetres tomorrow with another yellow warning.
Yeah.
So we can't do anything.
No,
on the
we
patio.
can't do this, that's for sure.
But
we were invited to some
but.
friends earlier on in the week, and Lisa had made the most delicious homemade bread. And it kind of inspired us because during lockdown we started baking our own bread. And it's kind of gone by the by. And of course here we don't have an oven at the moment. We've got our hob upstairs and we've got our smoker cube.
But we do.
But we don't have a proper oven yet. But
we've got a 150-year-old original bread oven in the kitchen. We know it works because when we're working up here, we've lit fires
had a fire in there.
So
before.
it works, the smoke goes out and stuff. But we've decided we're going to clean it up.
Clean it out
today.
and try and start using it, really.
Yes.
And it's a nice warm job to be doing inside as well. So we're liking that idea.
And the thought of bread, so we'll hopefully get some bread made as well. But in the first instance, it's a right mess.
It is.
It's well, you know what?
Filthy.
We'll show you. So this is the said bread oven. It's an absolute original, fantastic thing. We absolutely love it. We're going to be basing all our kitchen around this. Incidentally, those of you who saw a previous video, behind here there's a big hole goes underground, and we're wondering what it was for, and it's just occurred to us this morning, it's probably where they stored the wood for the bread oven. But we'll be coming to that another time. So this is the thing, so what you do, the fire goes inside, it's a big dome inside there. I'll show you, try and get the camera in a minute. We've just put this light in so we can see something. And then the smoke comes up the front here and up the chimney, which is separate from the thing, from the oven itself. We'll hopefully show you that in working in a bit. But have a look inside it. So there we go, lights on. I'll see if I can show you this. There we go. You can see in there. There's the domed roof of it. It's very black, it's very full of stuff, but apparently if we get a big fire going in it and heat it up to 400 degrees Celsius, not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot, that black stuff should burn off. That's the chimney, goes up there. You should be able to see daylight if I come up a bit further. So you're gone out of focus, oops. That goes up outside.
And this is the chimney from the outside. It needs a bit of work on it. We have patched it up as best we could. The oven that you saw inside is actually about this level. It's underground. And the big hole, the big cave that Andy was talking about is underground here as well. So it's a bit of a, takes a bit getting your head round, but yeah, so, but it works, that's the main thing.
Right, so we don't need the light anymore. That was just for your benefit. So we'll move it out of the way. And the extension lead. We've got the wheelbarrow. We've got our tools for cleaning it out. First of all, we're just going to scrape out all the rubbish that's in there, get it all in the wheelbarrow. Can you see the wheelbarrow? And get rid of it basically. And then I think the first job is going to be to get a big fire going in there to hopefully clean it. We're not sure what the dome's made of. We assume it's some sort of brick or fire brick or something, assuming. But we can see it's got a tiled a base, a proper sort of floor in there, made from some sort of stones or something. So let's get it cleaned out. Right, I'm just going to start and do this bit of the flue up here. It's not actually too bad. It's all going to get our attention later, of course, as everything else that we touch does. The drawing, you can't see there, but the dust is actually getting sucked up the chimney. It's got a proper draw on it. Now we get all the best jobs. That's not looking too bad, actually. I might get Henry out and give him a bit of a hoover. I've got my torch. Just going to try and drag all this lot out with my special tool that I made specifically for this job. It has been used for many other things. Hopefully we'll get most of it in the wheelbarrow. Wow, it's not what I expected. Right, I'll carry on, I might have to get a dust mask. Well, you can see the stones there. It's not in bad condition, this oven, actually. There we are, pretty good base on it. We're not going to clean it out super thoroughly, because as I said, we're just going to light a fire in it now, get a big fire going, and then we'll probably clean it out properly once we've done that. But we've got the bulk of it out. You can still see some bits at the back there, but I'm sure a lot more will fall off when it gets superheated. So apparently the recommended way to light these things is to build like a raft, put some cardboard paper and stuff in the middle there, put all your kindling on the top, and then some bigger logs on top of that. Then when it's going, push it in. So let's see if we can do that. We've got dry cardboard and dry wood that we kept out of the weather. We're not bad at lighting fires. So basically there it is. It should work. Then we're going to light it, wait till it gets going fairly well, and then push that right into the centre and then keep adding wood. So yeah, let's just get it lit.
There you go, it's starting to go now. Can you see the smoke coming out the front and going up the chimney? It seems to be working. Excellent.
Right, so we've got a fantastic fire going in there already. We've just pushed it back into the middle. Going to get some more, add some more wood to it now. Make it a big one. Oh, we've got a great fire going in there at the moment. I'm actually surprised how little wood it's taken to get it up. It's coming up to 300 degrees Celsius now on the side walls. 302, right on the bottom it's 250 on the floor furthest away from the fire. I think we're supposed to get it up to 350 all in. I'm supposed to clean it, so whatever clean means with this. But yeah, I can't even put it out, and I'll just have to let it burn through, get it as hot as we can. Then hopefully it should be good to use. Well, it's going rather well so far. As you can see, the flames are dying down. We're getting a big bunch of embers. What you would normally do now is push those to the back and put a front on, which we've got to make. Yeah, we're going to make a big thick steel front to go on it. once it's done its burning, it doesn't need the oxygen as much, and it can just glow away and stay hot for days apparently. But what I'm going to do at the moment, as I've sort of learned, is just rake these embers about over the stones, because apparently you're supposed to put the food or whatever it is, your bread or whatever, pizzas, directly onto the stones. Still a big one. So to get them, in inverted commas, clean, I'm going to cover them with red hot embers, the bits we're going to be using anyway at least. And that's supposed to suck and draw anything out of them that you don't want in there. So, get that one back in the middle. It's well over 400 degrees C in parts of that now. So just leave it a bit longer and keep an eye on it. Did I say before, it is actually going white inside, which means that the soot is burning off, which is what that was the idea. Not as much as I would have thought it would do, but certainly in bits of it. So we'll leave it a bit. I'm showing more fires, more burns. It'll get cleaner and cleaner if we keep it hot enough. So we'll come back to it in a bit. Right, so I'm just having a bit of an experiment with a door to keep the heat in. Obviously we're still learning about this, we're just experimenting and learning how it works. It seems it traps a lot of fumes, even though it's just embers. Traps a lot of fumes inside, which you obviously don't want. It'll flavour your cooking, even though we are using good dry wood and it's just embers. Hello Jessie, Jessie's singing, and you're hungry. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some vent slots. I'm going to perhaps use this, we'll try it temporary, but make some little vent slots in it so the air can continue to circulate to let any of the fumes or residual smoke out. I keep learning, reading and experimenting, so we'll let you know how we get on with that. Right, okay, this thing worked pretty well. It's still hot this morning, and the sun's shining. We don't know how long for. We're still forecasting a week of rubbish weather. Now we've got, knocking about the place, these tool things. They were hanging up on walls. They had bits of string tied round them, or bits of homemade string, grass string tied round them. We'd never know what to do with them, so I think in this case I'm going to actually fix it to there, to make a handle for it. It should be fine, it doesn't get that hot, this piece of metal. So I reckon I'm going to rub it all down, paint it black, get all this rust off it, because it's been in the workshop for a long time, and in a flood. I think it was in the flood as well. And then screw this to there, so we'll be able to use our cover on the front. Right, so I've marked out where I want it to go. I'm just going to use 25mm inch stainless steel screws. I'm going to drill a hole through this, and then I'm going to pilot those slightly smaller than the diameter of the screw, so it doesn't split it when we put it in. I think this drill bit's past its best. Now I'll get the other one done. I was considering using a thicker piece of metal. I've got a big sheet over there. It's like 4mm, 4mm, but this is very similar to the original that was on, that had rotted away unfortunately. So we couldn't use it. What I've done, I've just pressed the handle down onto the screw protruding up, made an indentation. I'm going to pilot it now, fix this screw, and then do the bottom one, see if it works. This wood is super hard. Crikey, that is hard. Right, I'll stick the screw in it and see what happens, see if we can get it on. There we go, how's about that? It's pretty cool. It works. So I reckon the handle even makes it lean forward a bit, which will stop it from, helps to stop it from falling backwards. Right, so I'm going to pop this off now, get this rubbed down and painted, and then we can put it all back together in a little bit when it's dry. Lovely. Do the clean up with some brake cleaner. All the dust off it. Got a nice key on there now for our paint as well. Excellent. Let that dry briefly and get some black on it. I've actually got some high temperature paint here. I don't think we'll need it, but I've got it. And it's left over from various fires and barbecues. I've actually got a couple of tins of it, so I'm just going to use that. And there we go, it's done. Got a nice glossy finish on it. We'll let it dry and then stick the handle on it.
Look at that, it's fantastic. Fits perfectly. And we've utilised that piece of wood that we didn't know what to do with. It works perfectly. Another good job well done. And there's the stones, cleaned up nicely after yesterday's fire. We're not going to clean the ash out at the back. There's not enough yet, really. I think it will take a lot more than that. But yeah, it's looking a lot better. And we've actually got our dough proving because we're going to be making some bread.
Yes, as Sharon just said, we're going to be baking some bread and 2 different types of bread and a pizza we're going to try in it tomorrow. Nothing like going in the deep end, is it really? So we're going to prepare a fire now. And then all we've got to do tomorrow morning early is light it and then leave it a couple of hours to get up to temperature. Shouldn't say that, look at it, it's actually quite warm in there.
Incredibly warm actually.
So stay tuned. Right, so there we go. Hope you can see that. We're trying to torch on it, it's not doing much. A rather large fire built in there, ready for tomorrow morning. Fantastic. Put this on now. Leave it all covered up for the night. There we go, neat. It's pretty black and thundery out there. We've had a little bit of rain. Big rumbles of thunder. Well, that thunder amounted to nothing rain-wise, just over 1 millimetre, waste of time. It was guaranteed to rain this morning. It hasn't yet. It doesn't look like it's going to do. But we're forecast heavy rain for tomorrow. So we still can't do anything with the patio, so we're going to bake some bread and things and pizzas and whatever. I'm going to light the oven now. It'll take a couple of hours to warm up, so give it a chance to do the bread, make it rise. We've not done this before, it's a new recipe we've not tried. If it works out, we'll give you the recipe. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. But yes, what can you do? It's cold, wet potentially, bake and eat. Right, so the fire's lit, going well. We've got our dough made, we're making a traditional kind of loaf thing, a big thing. and some Scottish morning rolls, which are supposed to be light, lovely and fluffy. That's my favourites, so if I can make them, I'll be super happy. And then we're going to throw a pizza in as soon as it's up to temperature first. We're going to have that for lunch. The pizza needs cooking at the hottest temperature. Then the rolls go in and the oven's cooled off a little bit, and then finally the bread goes in right at the end. We haven't got a clue what we're doing, we've never done this before, we're on a steep learning curve, but practice makes perfect, and hopefully we can get some good use out of this in the future as we get better at it. But anyway, we'll come back to you in a bit when we've made a bit of progress. Right, the pizza is in. We need to keep an eye on it. Apparently it doesn't take long at all at these kind of temperatures. So 400 degrees Celsius. So we're going to eat this, have a bit of lunch. The bread's still proving now, that needs about another 45 minutes, and then it should have cooled down sufficiently to do that. So look what we've got. There we go, our very first pizza cooked in our oven. Bon appetit. Well, there we go then. What do you reckon? The ones on the left just caught a little bit, but they're not quite as dark as they look on the camera. But yes, very, very happy with them. The next one there is ready to go in now. But yeah, we'll come back to it in a minute. We've got to put them on racks to cool off and see where they're at.
So now's the test. Let's cut into it and see. Feel right anyway. Oh, look at that. Lovely and fluffy. They feel absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait now to have them for my tea. And this one, it looks great, but it is a bit heavier. But I actually bought new yeast this morning, and this was from yeast that I'd had on the shelf for a while, so maybe it wasn't the best, even though it's dried yeast. I suppose it doesn't last forever. But let's see. Ooh. It's not bad. It's not bad. And it is a different recipe, this one. It's more like a sourdough recipe. So if you can see that. Yeah. It smells nice anyway. Lovely. Successful day. That was an exciting experiment with our new oven. New old oven.
Oh, that bread is absolutely delicious.
I'm still stuffed after my pizza at lunch, so.
But yes, so we're going to be using this a lot more, I think, in the future.
Definitely.
It's so nice to have the old oven in its original condition in our kitchen. Well, it's not a kitchen at the minute, but it will be soon. Well, soon it will be at some point.
It will. Yeah.
So yeah, very, very happy with that. We're going to try and perhaps make more next time. Now we know it works. Try and work out how to use a bit less wood, because it does use quite a lot.
Yes, we need to make it a bit more cost effective, otherwise a loaf cost us about €5.
But we'll sort that out for sure. Anyway, so that's it, is it? Anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it for this time, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Something a bit different.
Yes.
And we'll see you on next Sunday.